So what about from a sort of a tactical perspective? You talked earlier about playbooks, and there isn't necessarily a playbook, but what sort of strategies do you tend to use, or what tactics do you tend to use to generate leads and awareness for sort of SaaS businesses?
Yeah, look, I think I have a philosophy of continuous improvement as one. So you always got to be looking at kind of, trying to improve. So again, I'm very data driven, very kind of conscious of unit economics. So again, my background, academically is economics and marketing. So I get to wear two hats, and a bit unusual that way. So I think that's definitely, one of the elements. I think, there's a kind of a real sense of there's no silver bullets. It's trying to you kind of do lots of different things. Some will stick, some will not. I mean, Google Ads will always play a part, right? When you know your keywords, because it's a very powerful tool, right? People are searching for problems they have, and if you've got solutions to the problems, that will always help with lead gen. But often, Matt, it's a real mix of conversations and stuff that you do. And look, some of it's measurable, some of it's not. And that's the frustrating piece. So everybody wants perfect attribution. Can we see where all those leads come from so we can repeat the recipe? Often it's not as easy as that. And I'll share one example from a few years ago to just kind of illustrate the point. I was working in an early stage startup B2B SaaS that had a phenomenal product, but it was complex. It was artificial intelligence, but it was really early days. And we were really struggling to make a breakthrough because, the academic founder was very technical, very bright guy, but, we were just, our messaging, our ability to kind of bring in leads was really compromised by, it was just so early, right? And I was at an event, and I heard a speaker, right, and sort of, it was the first guy that, that I heard that was actually talking the same language as we were, right, and he was a PhD in economics, and, I went up to him afterwards, and I just had a little bit of a chat, and I made the introduction to the CEO, and it wasn't salesy per se, but it was the first time I recognized, actually, this is our ideal customer profile. This guy really knows the space. He's a thought leader. He's cutting edge. And I made the connection, and sort of roll on 2 years later, this guy brought in the biggest client that this company ever had because, and are now a marquee name, and they're a world brand. And it was sort of, it was really, so it was one simple example of a lead that was generated on going the hard yards, but kind of really, recognizing actually, here's what we're missing. Our messaging isn't landing. This is the first guy now, while I've heard, let's not be salesy to the guy. Let's speak to him as on his level. And actually, he kind of, the light bulb exploded in his head when he heard what we were doing. He really understood the proposition because he was on that level. So that's the kind of an idea that could shape some of the thoughts around lead gen. Lots of different things, and just measuring then and innovating as you go.
And I think it's having the ability to see that kind of information coming in rather than just having the attitude of let's just execute stuff. You're always got to be listening, looking for signs, signals, data that's coming in. And that sort of conversation is a great example of that.